watching, and oh boy, I'm going to make a comment. It might get me in some trouble. These two teams are not allowed to play slow. If you're going to make us watch SBTC versus Sky, you better fight, because we're not getting much else.
Yeah, we're not getting much else. And we also get like our favorite two top laners, right? Na against Renekton. How lovely is that? Either way of that. I actually disagree with Marby to some extent there. Na is not half a champion. Na is two halves of a champion, right? Mini Na is half a champion, but Mega Na is also half a champion. So it kind of fits together to be like at least one. And I think it's not worth it in the Renekton overall. I think you're actually kind of fine there. As long as you don't get like permanently dove as a Mini Na by the Renekton Lee Sin combo, which of course could happen. I think the Na actually has the better cards here.
I mean, I think Marby's eternal issue with Na is that even if Na gets through lane just fine, you're still only half a champion. Just Na in general, you know, that Na bar is very limiting at times. But we'll have to see if that actually matters as we see the initial trade in the bot lane. We do see the level 1 power of the Renata. That E is just really good. So even though she ate a hook from Palette, no punishment really ensues.
Yeah, no punishment really. Loyalty program really working out for them. And level 2 comes in early for the Aphelios and the Renata bot lane. Jinx being pushed in at level 1 is something that is very rare to see. And something I do not want to see actually, because the Jinx, I mean...
Particularly by Aphelios.
Yeah, that's something that shouldn't happen really. I mean, of course, Nautilus not like the champion that can just easily just win you the level 1. It's not like the set support we had last game for Palette, who can like maybe even flash Facebreaker onto your level 1. And that's actually the correct play to really take on the champion. Nautilus is a little bit more binary in that regard. But them just now getting to level 2, taking on the wave, will make it a bit more fine for them. I wonder if they can like establish some priority later on, because Renata is kind of iffy in the next levels. She can just get all in by the Nautilus if she gets hooked, but you need some levels up your sleeve to really pull it off on the side of your AD carry as well. And here we see Emperor not getting the better of Ryuk in these trades. Ryuk, of course, on his one-trick pony champion, as some haters would say. Oh!
Ooh, good use of the handshake. But, you know, Nautilus, he's got a pretty strong grip, so he comes out all right. But Elio is able to just completely gatekeep the wave. Renata, I haven't seen a huge amount of her. Obviously, we like to talk about new champions, but Renata kind of unique in that she's a new champion that's balanced. But oh no, Glory, good flash, very well timed.
Yeah, very well timed. He's also out of mana, so if he doesn't flash that correctly, he will die pretty instantly. Not really an ability 100%. To proc Phase Wash, also not really ability you can do if you do not go Phase Wash, because it is indeed a rising spellbook wise, which is something that you sometimes see. I mean, you could just go other summoner spells that can work out well in team fights. Maybe even Flash Ghostwise would be an option for him later on. And Emperor's getting baited in.
He is still mega. They don't want to fight him while he's big, and he's backed off well in time. So he should be totally okay. He's got minions. Yeah. Drakthar, probably just press B, mate.
I wonder even if Emperor just sniffed out the Gecko, if he's just lucky that, yeah, not really anything can happen here. They didn't really...
Lucky. Oh, but they go for it anyway. They go under the tower. Emperor, though.
Emperor! He left! What?
That's the best champion in the game.
And that was not lucky. That was just well played by him, just getting the hop and then finishing off Ryuk. Then he knows the turret goes onto Drakthar instantly. He just knows how to kite it really well. Doesn't even go for the auto attack, just let the turret do its job. And Emperor 1v2 double kill, survives on his own. And here we see it again. We of course don't want to see it again. I mean, only if you're very huge Emperor fans. Booming onto both of them. He actually does end up auto attacking them more. And meanwhile, in the play-in-play, picture-in-picture, Tuti gets another kill.
Yeah, they just go back towards the mid lane. Obviously, we don't see exactly how that one went down, where the catch came from, but Glory burnt his flash earlier. Drakthar has come in to try and clear out the wave, but yeah, they're just going to go straight under the tower. Drakthar, what have you just done, mate?
Yeah, and he knows they are around, so this is very, very cocky of him. Also, ideal champions to really dive in. There's so much DC with the taunt being in, with Nautilus with the staggering blow, and also the Dredgeland connecting. And Viego, of course, with him getting the reset, can just reset the turret aggro as well if he took it initially. So it's a very easy dive for them, especially with the wave coming in, and Drakthar just super, super cocky. And Monster Sky falling apart already in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, and something I want to kind of comment on, because we didn't get a chance to... I didn't get a chance to bring it up right after that lovely play by Enpa, but he is someone that is actually proving potentially to be sort of the next generation of VCS top laners. He's not on the top yet. Obviously, he's not a Hazmed, he's not a Kiaya, but he is actually mechanically really, really good. Like, we've seen his Riven games, and, you know, I complain about watching Riven because I hate the champion, but there is no denying that when you're just talking about fingers, Enper is ridiculously good.
It definitely is, and also, like, the other top laner they had before, like with Hero also being on SBTC, who would have thought in Winter Split that they have like two of the better top laners on their roster, with them looking not really that hot in the last split, with them being, I think they were like almost tied with Team Flash at the end, but they were like at the bottom barrel of the standings. And right now, Enper has definitely shown some mechanical prowess here, is far ahead on the Gnar pick, 2 kills of course, kind of donated towards him, and also being up in some CS here, making it very hard for Riek to even contest him at any stage of the game. And I really wonder where his item choices are going, because Gnar's pretty diverse in that regard. I've seen some Triforce Gnars, I have seen Divine Sunburn Gnars, but I also have seen some go for like the Stridebreaker, with like this one additional slow to really help with the setup of the Wallop or even the Mega Gnar, landing greatly in these team fights, to have a very good CC setup for your teammates to also flourish in those fights.
Hopefully. I am always curious. I actually quite like it when champions have a lot of options. I always think it's really interesting. Adds a level of thinking to the gameplay, rather than just, you know, me play Bruiser, me have one viable item for, I don't know, 8 months of Sterix Gauge.
And Godwinker.
That is gone now. Yeah.
Riek still has it. He's on the Renekton. He still just goes Godwinker. Lee Sin as well. Yep. With the Viego, ironically, I mean, he has quite some options as a second item, with Sterox being gone. There's like his own blade with the Blade of the Wood King being there. He can go either Triforce or Divine Sunburn, depending on the enemy composition. There are like some options. Also, Death's Dance being a bit more permanent, but now, like, boosters now also need to think, at least after the first item, what they can really do. And Vaktar maybe wants to steal away the buff. He actually gets a steal. Yeah,
he smites it, has Elio backing him up. They used the Galio ult, and that's just a bit of miscommunication. DNK had already heartbroke out. That's 2 ultimates being used just to cover a walk away.
That looked very awkward. It looked like they basically don't talk to each other, and that's kind of disappointing, because you have been donating such a huge lead. You're 2k gold up. You drop the Hextech trick, but that's kind of fine if you just lose priority in the bot lane and then they just move it, you respect it, and they're giving away the first wave is kind of whatever, but this really shouldn't happen. Also, like the hero's entrance coming out from Galio, such a huge ultimate cooldown. You really want to use it to nice usage offensively or defensively, and you just basically burn it for nothing.
100%. Just let Viego use his ult there. Viego ultimate, okay, it's nice to have it in a fight, but you can reset it anyway. You can't reset hero's entrance. That would be... Now there's the Galio buff. If he gets a kill, he can hero's entrance again, and there's another handshake over onto Paulette so far. Renata not having any impact outside the lane, but hasn't had too much chances. Drakvar's been caught. He throws out the boot. Enper can't get onto it. Now there's a Sonic Wave in. Glory is moving in, and they shut him down. As you said, he was mini. He's going to be taken to the cleaners. The Herald resets, and SBTC, they get out.
Yeah, they get out, and likely also the Herald going over to side of the Sky. Yeah, with Mininar you cannot really fight it. That is likely one of the reasons why Mabi hates Gnar, and rightfully so, because at the Mininar you basically are not really in a position, despite all your huge lead, you just basically get one-shot by the Ruthless Predator from Ryuk, despite being so much behind, and you need to kind of play around it. I think Enper also could maybe wait a little bit more, maybe even stack up his Rage Bar a little bit more, but yeah, SBTC saw a play they really shouldn't have gone for, and that cost them the first Rift Herald, which is of course one huge comeback play for the side of Burst the Sky. Here we see Empire. He choose to go in there. Doesn't really have to. Draktar just now goes back in. They could just play it slower, in my opinion. I mean, there's still time to like stack the Rage Bar on towards the Herald itself, or even onto the Scuttle Crab, and they just see the play, go into it. I think they thought they had maybe more burst to even kill Draktar quickly and then just get out, and then with him being the smiter down, they just wouldn't contest the Herald, but that was not what was happening there. Gnar takes some time to really even get the damage going on, and yeah, in this situation, Gnar not really making good advertisement for himself.
Yeah, no.
Here, however,
as Glory is in a bit of trouble as he's just getting punched, and it swings and roundabouts here at Gnar Town.
Okay, but I don't want to be as smart as about it. I mean, this was not some display of Gnar being good. This was just the Wise being wherever he decided to be there. Shouldn't really be the case. Also, another pick that happened off screen. Nice Lurchland from Palette. And Ryuk also being way too far away from the minion wave. I think he really shouldn't attempt the wave right there. And should be there a bit more respectfully. Go back off a little bit. Yeah, hello Vietnamese gens. Let's go straight back from them. And hello the German and Australian gens.
Yeah, just changing it up. We had a Brit not too long ago. Now we've got a very angry bird as well. I woke him up when I came in to help casting because Milky had to run. But so far this game, we are sort of seeing the dynamics of Nah. Mini, not very good. Mega, pretty good. But
That's
how
why
do you actually think the game is going? Who do you actually think is leading at the moment?
Still very much SBTC. I mean, you just need to look at versus Sky, what they can really do with the first Herald, if they can get a good crash with it, maybe win a skirmish before and to really get like one turret down. But other than that, it's still versus Sky very much leading. I mean, the double kill coming out early for the side of the Na definitely really much helped them. Also, I think Na is less limited than Renekton. Don't get me wrong, Na is not a good scaling pick at all. I mean, he very much isn't. But neither is the Renekton, right? I mean, the Renekton will eventually become a meatball stunbot, and the Na at least has like the duality of being a decent split pusher on the one hand and also a decent team fighter with the Mega Na on the other hand. That's also what I kind of like about Na, by the way, that he can have like some aspects of both, but not full control of what he gets right now, but it's kind of limiting to him in competitive play especially. But regardless of that, we are going back into the game. Wait and see. What will the future hold out for those two teams?
We'll have to find out, as you said, we are back in game. We've seen much bigger leads in the VCS, even though it is only this 11-minute mark. Something that we should always keep an eye on is this bottom lane. Nothing has happened down here. They are just farming it up. It's pretty even. We'll have to keep an eye on builds. That collector in the last game, I wasn't on the cast to talk about sin or win, but I thought that was throw you in the bin territory.
Didn't collect anything that game, basically. I mean, our mini got 1 or 2 kills later on, but I would argue maybe not even due to the collector. Also, right now, Cloudwag coming up, DNK already on it, no map control on the side of versus Sky to really contest anything around it. It even worse, they might just now fall prey to another gank. If Palette lands a good dredge lane, this could be their play to go for. Even with Draktar lurking there, could be something that they might go for, but they wisely choose against it, I would say. Also, Draktar, he really just wants to use his Herald, right?
Yeah.
And
he's not spotted though.
Yeah.
So now Palette goes up, throws out the hook, tagged by the Aphelios. Draktar still just having a bit of a lurk, real man in the toilets at 2 a.m. energy here, as he finally reveals himself.
Finally does, and I think he just wants to drop the Herald and just wants.
I don't think he didn't reveal himself. By the way, oh my god, this is.
Oh, Tucci is moving.
Metal Gear Solid.
This could be disaster. Then he needs to find a perfect insight onto Celebrity to really turn this around. I think that
he needs to do something. He's just summoned up a Herald. Now
Celebrity's dead.
In straight onto Celebrity, blows him up. That's a huge start there for them. As now they try and kite away. There's the loyalty program, but Renata Glask will be sent to the mine. And down goes Lee Sin as well. He waited about 20 years only for his play to fall apart immediately.
In his defense, he actually one-shot Celebrity right there, and Celebrity didn't even get the flash. I think it just now comes off cooler. I think I saw the timer there in the overlay. And Herald had to be ignored, got 2 platings off for the side of Draktar, maybe even the third one, because there was one that was like on a sliver of HP. Here we see the play again. Draktar just plays the Herald, and then just goes for the fight onto Celebrity. Just Sonic Wave, and just, I think he kicks him to the face. Yeah, he was able to come out. And without Celebrity, they somehow still win this fight, because there's the Guardians coming up with both Justice Punch and the Shield of Duran Landing. And the bailout gives some time to Draktar, but as he doesn't get to finish off a single takedown, Draktar doesn't get revived. Nicely played around by the side of SBTC, and thus they reward themselves 2 for 1 in this bot lane skirmish. Ignoring the Herald, of course, find this situation as we have to go for the kills. And SBTC, not really challenged in this exchange, but Draktar, he waited a full minute for that play, and ultimately, despite him one-shotting Celebrity, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it really wasn't. The long range engage coming in from 2T, just a little bit too powerful. As Enpa has a geese up towards this top tower, will take it down. Ryuk unable to stop him.
He hops defensively.
This is Enpa, think he goes forward. I don't think he wanted that second hop there. He landed on a very low health minion, but now he's chasing forward onto Ryuk. Already used that dominance. It's another proc. There it is. That's a solo bolo.
Yeah, so the ball, and Viok thought he was fine because he had Vakta following up, but Enpa also on his own. He had the Galio with the DP following up, and also Palette lurking there in the backline. If something funny would have happened, he would have been there. So definitely a play Enpa can go for. He had the level lead onto him as well. He's level 12 against level 10 now, against the Renekton. And Viok, despite being on his best champion, not really finding any positive impact so far for the side of versus Sky, and SBTC looking in firm control right now. It's almost 4,000 gold they are ahead right now, and with Enpa just controlling the side lane so well right now, it doesn't look easy to play for versus Sky at all.
No, it really, really doesn't. I mean, this top lane destruction from Enpa is completed even pretty much completely as he takes down an inner tower. I mean, this must have been a bit of a nightmare situation for Marby. This top lane, whoever wins, she loses. As this time it is going to be the Gnar. Drakthar having a poke into the red buff, finds it is not available, as Paulette will be there to spook him out. He will get away safely though. Our Mine, I think he is very quickly becoming the last hope of Sky.
Yeah, definitely seems to be the case, and I really wonder how they will approach this next team. But also, like, one hope is maybe even Celebrity, because maybe we will see the red dream of Renata ultimate, with just letting the huge hostile takeover onto the Jinx, and Jinx penta-killing her own team. Enpa?
Oh,
Enpa! Gets Mega in time.
That was lovely. Moves forward, needs to be very careful though. There is still a lot of damage there as Paulette is playing the absolute perfect bodyguard and forces the Realm Warp away. Enpa, that was beautiful.
That looked very well played by him, and also something I rarely say, but well played to some extent by both parties there, because Glory also knew every CC tool was out of the way for the side of Palette, so he could actually go for the Realm Mob, gets both targets out. At the end of the day, it's just them salvaging a bad play and making it an okayish play, but still nicely done by him, using the Realm Mob to very good potential, with Infernal Drag coming up in a few seconds. Yeah, he was avoiding the disaster with it, basically, and yeah, just now with that salvaging this play, Infernal Drake coming up right now would of course be the priority target for SBTC, but the map control is surprisingly slim around that area, or vision control out rather. They have the map control, and what I want them to do right now is using this Rift Herald as a distraction and then just go for the Drake to really force the Sky into an unsalvageable situation where they have to go for either the Drake or defend the Herald push, and not being in a position to do both of them would mean they just give up this Infernal Drake for free. Gotta say, the objective bounties are already on the table for them.
Yeah, and I mean, it does look like they're going to give up the Drake for free anyway, as there's no contest. Of course, them picking up that initial Hextech Drake does delay a potential soul for quite some time, gives Sky a bit more of a chance, but a chance is about as far as I'd go, as they are 5,000 gold down as we head towards 18 minutes. And it's not like they're hard outscaling the enemy. It is still a Jinx.
It's also still Gnar against Renekton in the side lane, Viego against Lee Sin in the mid lane. I mean, the Galio kind of being the... It's a VCS classic, right? There's a single magic damage threat Galio in the mid lane, but it's kind of fine. I mean, there's so many targets on the side of versus Sky that you can just one-shot. I mean, basically just Renekton Lee Sin aren't really proud to be a target of that, but they are also not the best late-game carries at Empire. I wonder if you can turn it around. You can at least buy time for the TP coming in, and the Gnar, the way Gnar works as a champion, he can just still do so much in these fights.
He definitely can, and now there's the collapse coming in. Enpa's actually quite close to Mega, though, so they need to be careful, as there goes the rocket. He moves forward. He is so confident as he is vibing on forward. There's the bailout, trying to buy a little bit of time, but it does absolutely nothing. And in what was a 4v2, SE get a kill.
4v2 plus the Jinx rocket, but it's still very impressive for them. DNK had nothing to do with that fight. He basically just could 1v0 with a Herald together, and now SBTC wins on multiple sides of the map. They even just now killed Viok on the top side and is absolutely doomed for the side of versus Sky. I mean, they just now basically lose on the whole map, and we see with the Gnar, he kind of works out in this regard. He's tankier than a regular carry piece, so you can just one-shot him, and he also deals a very good percent HP damage, which is an anti-tank mechanic that can work greatly against this meatball that the Renekton currently is. And he just buys time for 2T to be in there, and still deals surprisingly huge amount of damage with the Triforce build, with the ramp up AD, with the attack speed going in on him, with also having a Spell Blade, and yeah, you cannot really kill him, but he will definitely kill you.
Oh yeah, he certainly will. That man is dripped out in the Crocodile Dundee get-up with the amount of crocodile skin he's been able to pick up. As Drakthar farms up his Krugs, taking whatever gold they can find. Sky. And look, I've said that the hope is Almine, but I just don't know how Almine survives against Enpa. At some point, Enpa will stop killing Ryuk and start killing Almine.
Yeah, he will just probably just do the double hop into Mega Knight and then just use the CC abilities onto him. Even if he would have the funny red right guns, right? We all know from Aphelios the 200 years experience. He wouldn't be able to really sustain back up because he would just be CC'd so long that he cannot really deal damage and lifesteal anything and would just get one-shot in those team fights. And other than that, he can just be sitting in the side lane and just pressure on there, just force multiple members from the Sky to join, and them likely not even killing him because he's just so far ahead right now. Still 2 levels up onto Ryuk, who definitely didn't find any impact so far. And also, like, look at Ryuk.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the Vice just dies.
I mean, Enpa trying to make his case as, rookie of the split. I mean, he's not quite a rookie, but he's fairly close to it. He's been super impressive, as I was saying earlier. Mechanically, this guy's great. Look, I don't think SBTC as a team has worked. I think demonstrably this roster hasn't worked. But Enpa's been a real shining light, so I think he's definitely got a very bright future ahead of him. As Drakthar takes a bit of an interesting blast cone, and he's going to be sent straight back to the fountain. Oh no, Elio, he's burning as well, throws out the hostile takeover, the bailout doesn't do much. And now that is another 2 kills being picked up. They try and go forward onto 2T, but it was just a big brain bait. Never mind, Ryuk gets all that healing. The exhaust saves his life, but won't save Glory as Celebrity whips out the zap, doesn't quite land it. And SE, they pick up 3.
I wonder if Celebrity could just flash rocket launcher quit onto Ryuk and just kill him, get excited, and also kill the other one, and they just end the game right there. Or at least like get the inhibitor push going for them. But I mean, you don't really risk not quitting and then just looking like an idiot. Is probably what you were thinking, and because the zap seems more risky in my first impression. But yeah, after thinking about it a little bit longer, you would think, yeah, maybe Ryuk just survives with the sliver and you don't kill him. But what is Drakthar doing? He just gets away by eating basically every CC spell there is, right? I mean, the first one ends, and of course the Shield of Durant is right around there. Why is he even in that position? Elio tries to bail out himself, literally, but doesn't really get any takedown, of course, because his team is just so far behind. Not even 2T dies because the stopwatch is very cleanly used by him. And, yeah. Ryuk gets the 1 kill onto him, but at what cost, right? I mean, Glory just now exposes himself to the threat that Celebrity is, and you don't want that Jinx also to be snowballing within this game.
No, you do not. But no matter what they want, I think they will be facing down a very scary Celebrity. As 2 items already completed, is the Kraken Slayer as well. Doesn't see the need for any dashes, just wants to get the big dams in, be top of that DPS meter. As they pick up a 3rd Infernal Drake. I'm going to go ahead and say you don't need Soul to win this game, but they may well decide to play it out towards that. Yeah, that's right, Rakan. Let's get this game over.
Oh, Drakthar is recalling in a very weird spot I see in the minimap.
He's is, but I don't think he's... Oh, he has been spotted. I think 2T saw him. No, I doubt it. He'd be chasing him. What am I talking about? They would also
ping him at least once, I think. I mean, some teams just talk for everything, but I think they would ping his location if they would definitely spot him. And now Drakthar, maybe he needs to land like the 60-minute Meteors against Flash Wolf's Miracle Kick to win the game. That's maybe also like the only hope that Buster Sky really has, because Armenia isn't doing anything on this Aphelios. This time he went the correct second item with not going Collector but going with Dominic's instead. But
did Drakthar still just like... I feel like he's just picked up a copy of like Metal Gear or something over the weekend. Maybe it hit Vietnam really late. Because he's just been playing a different game. He's just been a sneaky boy. As he will finally move in. Still TP very deep.
It's a Mega Null that can just ult everyone.
They don't know he's here. He's going to steal this Baron.
No, he's not.
This is the smite. DNK able to get that one. Drakthar's efforts go to naught. But SE, they're actually not getting the better of this fight. It's a big Gnar 3 into the wall. Almine, he is in the bailout. He does not get a takedown. Enpa will live. And SE, they're just so far ahead, Crincy. They are beating them to death with their wallets. As they pick up 3, they have a Baron, they'll get it in him, and they're looking for a series.
And what is it with Drugs? I'm waiting a full minute for a play, then the play just not working out at all for the team. That's kind of a heartbreaker for him in a literal sense that he's playing against the Vigo, and also him just having it multiple times to win this game. SBTC just being the better team all around this game. Empire especially with the 1v2 outplay at the first gank that was coming up his way, and them not really dropping the ball at all this game. There was like this one mid-game instance where they had like the Minina dying somewhat awkwardly, but overall SBTC very much a clean finish for VCS standards, I would say, and them just now taking the series 2-1 is something